Pirate Country here today in Greenville, North Carolina for the ECU Pirates, playing host to the UNC Tar Heels from Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. And ECU and UNC have not met on the football field for 4 years. But when they did, it was all ECU. The Pirates dominated the last two matchups as we go back to 2013. Shane Carden was the quarterback for the Pirates then, throwing touchdown passes left and right as they won by 24, 55-31. The following year, 2014, more of the same. They hung up 70 on the Tar Heels in this game with a 29-point victory, more of Shane Carden and company, and they scored 125 points combined in 2 years. Fast forward now to 2018, and ECU would like nothing more than to beat UNC once again here today. And Larry Fedora, head coach for UNC, said, I don't even remember those games. Are you buying it?
No, he remembers. He was asked multiple times this week by media about the 70 ECU put up. He said, I don't remember. I call that selective memory. But it's like a nightmare. You can never really forget about it until you do something about it. They have a chance to win here, make that nightmare into a sweet dream today for UNC.
It's a little bit like big brother and little brother here. I feel like this game means more for ECU if they can get the win here today.
Talking to people in Greenville, there's no doubt ECU feels disrespected by North Carolina. Kind of, as you said, that little brother syndrome. Going to be some chippiness out there today between these two, no doubt.
Larry Fedora for UNC, Scotty Montgomery for ECU, and the toss was won by ECU. They deferred, and UNC will receive to start this game today. And it's going to be Anthony Ratliff-Williams back to return. Very dangerous. Had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns last year and was second in the nation in kickoffs. He won't have a chance at the opening one here today. And it'll be the Tar Heels starting from the 25. And our first chance to look at the junior quarterback in Nathan Elliott, who started last week, the son of a high school coach down in Texas. 7th game of his career, Rainey. 5th start here today in Pirate Country.
I just needs experience, right? Not the good start that he wanted last week against Cale. Those 4 interceptions were killer. But again, the game's fast. You just need reps. And I think that from that week 1, Mike, to week 2, that's where you make your biggest improvements. We're going to see about Nathan Elliott today.
It was a 24-17 loss to Cal in week 1 for UNC on the road. The second straight road game for them to start this season. A handoff to Antonio Williams, who will pick up a good 4 yards on first down just before the 40. Nate Harvey and Devin Sutton on the tackle for the ECU defense.
And, you know, I think interior line play for both these teams today is huge. I mean, it's big in every game, but more so today. Both these teams want to establish a run, and you have to win at the line of scrimmage. Let's watch today and see which front can move which other front.
Williams again, big hole right up the middle. No one is home for the ECU defense, and Williams takes it down to the 20. Finally tracked down by Devondre Robinson. Well, they are now in the red zone.
Well, we're talking about, you know, winning up front. North Carolina won there. Huge hole in the middle of the field. Great blocking by the offensive line from North Carolina there. And that's how you hit it if you're Antonio Williams, downhill.
And they go right back to Williams after a 48-yard run. They spotted it at the 22-yard line. Now he's inside the red zone down to the 19. And all of a sudden here, UNC off to the fast start.
Well, and it's an attitude. You know, Antonio Williams got a great build for a back, 5'11", 210. He's that between the tackles type of guy, and that's what those offensive linemen like. Hard-nosed, downhill runners. Great start for UNC.
Williams gets a breather, and Jordan Brown is out now in for UNC. He gets the call and is stood up at the 15-yard line. That's Jordan Brown, the junior from Durham, North Carolina. The only guy on the roster, Rainey, that had carries last year. He was their leading rusher a year ago with 613 yards, also had 4 touchdowns.
You like the way all the running backs are running. You wonder if Robert Gillespie, the running back coach, kind of got at them this week because they are running with some passion. You like to see that out of your running back crew.
Big 3rd down and 3 here early for UNC at the 15. To the end zone, and the pass is overthrown from Nathan Elliott, looking for Roscoe Johnson, running out of real estate and right into the stanchion there.
Yeah, but that's not a bad pass from Nathan Elliott. You can't underthrow that. That's when it gets picked off. You put it far and away in the corner where either your receiver, Roscoe Johnson, can go get it, or it falls incomplete. keep yourself, when you're down here in that red zone, keep yourself able to score some points, especially to open a game.
Well, how big is this for the ECU defense? David Blackwell, defensive coordinator for ECU, told us yesterday they did not want to give up red zone touchdowns. They gave up 3 for 3 last week. Well, they stop them here and force them to a 32-yard field goal attempt, which is up and good by Freeman Jones. So the Tar Heels all the way down to the 15, but have to settle for 3. We'll be back less than 2 minutes in here in Greenville. Here today from Greenville, North Carolina, ECU and UNC. 3-0 Tar Heels after a 32-yard field goal by Freeman Jones, and he will kick off now as Keyshawn Kennedy, Colby Gore back to return for the Pirates.
Hey, kind of a win-win start there, right? North Carolina gets the ball. They don't get the 6, but they score on the opening drive. And as you talked about, defensive coordinator for ECU, David Blackwell, saying one of their goals is no touchdowns in the red zone. They did that there.
It's going to be Colby Gore, a yard deep in his own end zone. He's going to run it out. Gets hit initially at the 12, and is going to be tackled down across the 15 at the 16-yard line. Herring, first play is a pass to the outside, caught by Trayvon Brown. Their top wide receiver makes an incredible catch and has a first down. Reed Herring is the sophomore out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Their first really homegrown talent at quarterback for ECU since 2014 when Shane Carden was there.
They are huge on him. Tony Peterson, offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, said Reed Herring will be the next superstar. He just needs reps and experience. But listen, see that arm strength on that last play to Trayvon Brown for 16 yards. That back shoulder pass, big bodied receiver. That's a nice looking play there.
4 wide receiver set. Herring again. This is caught by Blake Kroll, and it's another first down reception for the Pirates. 2 for 2 for a team that threw 65 passes last week, which was most in the nation.
Yeah, you know, we talked to Tony Peterson about that. He said that 42 of those were run plays that Reed Herring changed to pass because of the defensive front. They walked up, so they want to run it more. It just happened at the game last week. A lot of passes from change plays.
Hassan Howe is now in the backfield. He thought about the flea flicker here, and instead he is going to be tackled down for no gain on the play.
Well, give Hassan Howe a big thumbs up because that was going to be a flea flicker. There was a defender there for North Carolina. Hassan Howe said, let me hold on to this, and he did. Took the loss, but no catastrophic play there for ECU.
Change up the back again, and Anthony Scott returns into the lineup here for the Pirates.
And they told us, Scotty Montgomery said, you're going to see a bunch of different backs coming in and out.
Herring with time, standing tall, and this pass is caught. It's Leroy Henley, and he gets down into North Carolina territory to the 32 and a first and more.
Well, odd looking play. Patrice Rene kind of stays off him like I don't want to interfere with him, and he didn't realize he caught the ball, and he turns it up. The run after the catch.
Right. 25-yard reception there, and now we've got a change up at the quarterback here. Holton Ahlers is in. True freshman quarterback's going to take this snap here from the 32, and he's going to keep it. Tuck it and run. Ahlers. Crowd loves that. And this is thought of by many as potentially a savior of this program. You know, when they brought this guy in here, true freshman right here from Greenville.
Well, and he's very athletic, so he gives you a different dimension than Reed Herring. And remember the new rule, folks. True freshmen can play up to 4 games and still not lose their red shirt. So I like what Scotty Montgomery's doing there with Ahlers.
Yeah, they love his talent at quarterback. This is Darius Penix, though, right now on the ground for a few. And that's a first down run, though, for the sophomore running back. So we've already seen 3 different backs and now 2 quarterbacks.
Well, and Penix is 225, 230 pounds. He's that bigger back. I saw him in person last year. He's one of those guys I think they need to get going in this running back crew as well for ECU.
Herring is back in the ball game. Ahlers goes to the bench at quarterback. And so ECU now inside the red zone on their opening drive today. 1st and 10 from the 19. Play fake. Herring, a wide open Anthony Scott. Scott down to the 6. 1st and goal coming up for the Pirates.
And that's just a beautiful wheel route there by ECU, and Anthony Scott getting him out in a mismatch. Put the ball on him, and that's a nice looking play. And this ECU offense really looks in sync.
4 for 4 on this opening drive here today for Herring. 65 yards, first and goal from the 6. Scott, Anthony Scott, touchdown, ECU.
And that's how you answer, Mike. I love the effort there from Anthony Scott. Bounces this run. He's one-on-one with the North Carolina defender. Ball's in the proper hand. Dive for that pylon. Get inside it. Touchdown, Pirates. We saw a pretty happy Scotty Montgomery right there.
Fired up after that opening drive for the touchdown. That was huge. 84 yards down the field. And now ECU leads at 7-3. We'll be back to Greenville, North Carolina after this. We flew into Raleigh on Thursday night, made the 111-mile drive to Greenville. But first, we had to stop at the Beefmaster Inn, Reedy. How great was that?
That's a sirloin, folks. And I tell my wife I don't eat good on the road. Guess what? I'm busted. It's only a sirloin. They ask you what size you want.
The ribeye.
That's it.
It was ribeye.
Oh, ribeye. Why do I keep saying sirloin? Ribeye.
Exactly. That's all they had. That's you just tell them how much.
Just the size.
We had 10 ounces.
8, 12, or 10.
7-3. ECU over UNC here to start. Two really good opening drives by each team, except UNC was stalled at the 15, had to settle for the field goal, and ECU was able to go 84 yards down the field for the touchdown. 3rd down and 14 for UNC. Elliott pressured his face. He dumps it off of the screen. It's Jordan Brown. Brown's got the first down, and he's across the 40. That's a solid play call there in that situation. They caught him off guard, and the drive's going to continue.
That's a great play call right there. I love this little screen. Watch these big offensive linemen out in front. 56, Billy Ross. Number 70, Jonathan Troll. You love that as a former back. Woo, you love to have those big offensive linemen out in front. The aggressive front from ECU, dump a little slip screen in there. Big play, pick up that first down.
That goes for 28 yards, and now they swing it out to the outside, and it's Daz Newsome who's going to get across the 45 and pick up about 4 yards on a first down catch.
You know, how many times last week? I think 3 times North Carolina A&T was in a 3rd and long, and they converted. Those are killers and backbreakers for defenses.
Others wish they had, one of those two guys. This pass incomplete. Here intended once again for Anthony Ratliff-Williams, and Colby Gore's having a game so far for the Pirates.
Yeah, we've called Gore's name out a bunch. Had that left hand up on the shoulder. Sometimes the side judge will throw that in there, but they're letting him play.
UNC passing 3 of 7 so far for 35 yards in this game. That's it. 3rd and 6. Elliott hit as he throws, and this is caught by Ratliff-Williams. He's got it, first down. Spinning away from the defenders and still on his feet. Anthony Ratliff-Williams. And that's why he's one of the best. Junior out of Matthews, North Carolina. Led the team in receptions and touchdowns last year after a 25-yard gain there. They're at the ECU 28.
What protection up front. Elliott puts it on Ratliff-Williams, and he's a man, Mike, as he breaks a bunch of tackles and a stiff arm at the end just for good measure.
Elliott, and he gets away and then throws it away.
There's no foul for intentional grounding.
I think ECU wanted a hold on that last play. They did not get the flag.
Mike, watch this stiff arm by Ratliff-Williams at the end. 1, how about 2? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when running backs do it. I get even more excited when big wide receivers do it. That's the way to run with the ball. Run with aggression.
Yeah, they call that the yak, right?
Yeah,
yards after the catch.
Not enough guys. That's old school. Not enough guys use that stiff arm. Ratliff-Williams, old school. Love it.
Second down and 10. A keeper here by Elliott. Only 1 yard. Elliott was the backup to Mitch Trubisky. Way back there, redshirted in 2016, and now he's their guy right now. And Hoping to have a better outing here in week number 2. He played 5 games last year, threw for 10 touchdowns. It's a big game for the Tar Heels.
And he's already looking better. And you talk to any coach, they'll always tell you, week 1 to week 2, it's the biggest improvement for the team and individual players.
3rd and long here. Elliott being chased. And ECU defense gets it done that time on a 3rd down and long. Now the field goal kicker for the Tar Heels, Freeman Jones, they said he was good from about 50 to 52 yards on field goals, so they're going to try it here.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long one.
Listen, good coverage by the ECU secondary. Nice job by Elliott. Don't try to force it, throw it away, and try to get 3 on the board.
Jones had a 32-yarder earlier. This is going to be a 44-yard attempt officially just before the 35-yard line, and a 4th down and 9. Trying to make it 2 for 2 and close the gap to 1, and he does. 7-6 now the score in favor of ECU with 2:11 to play in the first quarter. And beautiful day here today. Greenville, North Carolina, home of the Pirates at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, and this crowd out in full force here today. It's always frustrating. Last week it was a Saturday night game that was scheduled, and the rain and the lightning, they had to move it to Sunday, and you never quite get the same effect.
You know, the juices were flowing Saturday. They were ready to go. The players were out here, and then you got to come off the field. It's tough. So the American looking pretty good early on. Houston just demolished Arizona today. So American Conference, that P6, the Power 6 flags we see, they're trying to show up this year.
Yeah, ECU is playing a very tough schedule, very tough non-conference schedule, and the American, as we know, is a really good league. So got their work cut out for him for sure. As here's Herring now, and he's in a little bit of trouble, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. And his helmet comes off as well, so he's got to go out.
For a helmet off.
Well, that's okay because they put in the backup Holton Ehlers already, so he returns quickly.
And you see the difference. Ehlers is the better runner. That's why we'll take a look at it. The helmet comes off, no penalty. Now, if they would call a penalty, then he could stay in. But, you know, that right there, that's football.
And he got cut below the eye, too, Rini. He's bleeding. Looked like a little bit there. Yeah. Right below his left eye. So Ehlers runs here for ECU, and that's got to be tough. He got cut, so they're attending to Reed Herring right now on the sidelines at the ECU bench.
Yeah, I mean, the helmet comes off, and a lot of times you'll get cut. And we talked about this last night, Mike. Strap up the helmets, right? You got to keep them on tight. A lot of these guys, they like to wear them comfortable. Sometimes that helmet has to be uncomfortable. Strap it up a little tighter so it doesn't come off.
3rd and long, Herring airs it out. Brown, and the back shoulder catch that they had earlier, and that one was well to the sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, C.J. Cotman there, 28. Good coverage for North Carolina. That's a big task for him. Trayvon Brown, the best wide receiver, you know, and that's that game where they put 70 up against North Carolina. Trayvon Brown had 2 touchdowns in that game. It's been around a while.
4th down and 12 here as Daz Newsome waits for the kick. John Young's punt. It's a short one. And Newsome gets run into. Now his own man hit him. It was his own guy, so it's going to be down now at the 29-yard line, and ECU catches a break there.
Yeah, Diami Brown, I mean, he's working on special teams. You just don't see the return man. He hits his own guy, no penalty. But a few yards there on the punt as the ball goes. So
Tar Heels got lucky there because had they had touched the ball, Rini, that's a live ball.
His own player ran into him.
Right. 1st down and 10, and it's Williams, Antonio Williams on the carry, and rattles off a good 10 yards here and should have another 1st down. Yes, it is.
Yeah, good hard run. I like what North Carolina is doing up front. They're just trying to get after it with their backs, getting downhill between those tackles, and they're having some success.
First quarter winding down. Elliott swings it out. They want to try to set up the screen. Diami Brown on the catch. And yardage up to the 45, 4 yards shy of a 1st down.
Man, those wide receiver screens, they always scare me to death, right? It's either feast or famine, right? That time they get it to Brown. Good blocking on the perimeter. It's a positive play on first down. Stay ahead of the chains.
And you could tell right off the bat, too. You know if it's going to go or it's going to be smelled out and stopped. With the last play of this first quarter. Catch is made, Thomas Jackson. And he's going to be shy of the first down. That's only a 2-yard pickup. And when we come back with a second, it'll be 3rd and 2 for UNC.
Yeah, and that's where Jackson just needs to keep that to the outside. He'll have a big pickup. Don't cut that back.
Week 2 of college football today, coming to you from Greenville, North Carolina. The Tar Heels and the Pirates. ECU has won 2 straight. They lead it 7-6 after the first quarter. We're back with a second after this. Welcome to All-State Saturday Kickoff today from Greenville, North Carolina. 7-6. ECU leads UNC. Mike Corey, Rini Angolia with you here today as we have a 3rd down and 2 to start the second quarter for the Tar Heels. Antonio Williams, he's got it, staying on his feet. Williams to the sideline and tracked down inside the 25-yard line. Miles Berry missed a tackle for ECU. Could have had him. Instead, it's a 1st and more.
Well, and it's what you want to do as a running back on short yardage. Lower your center of gravity, run behind your pads, make sure you pick up the 2, and if you happen to pop out on the other side, keep going, break a tackle, and do just what Antonio Williams did right there. They are establishing the run game today.
It was finally Colby Gore that brought him down, who's had a lot of tackles and made some plays defensively today. Now, once again, on the ground, but it's Jordan Brown this time for UNC. After a 30-yard pickup, Brown picks up some positive yardage. 2nd down and about 5 on the way.
Yeah, Antonio Williams last week, he was the workhorse, 17 carries, but only 47 yards. Well past that today.
Elliott rolling left. Catch is made. Nice grab that time. That's Rontavius Groves. Sophomore coming off an injury his true freshman year. Then he missed the whole year last year. Was injured in the first game of the season pretty much. So had his first career catch last week and now his first catch of the game here today.
Yeah, a nice little out route by Groves. Gets to the sticks. Elliott, the lefty, they roll him left, puts it on him, goes up a little high, makes the catch. 1st down.
Red zone opportunity again for UNC. 12-yard line. They give us to Brown. Brown up the middle for the touchdown. Jordan Brown for UNC, and now they're on top.
Watch 51, William Sweet, the left tackle for North Carolina. Nick Polino, 58, the left guard. They're going to down block. Look at the back cut off them and then back inside. Nice running by Jordan Brown. Run with those eyes. Get the pay dirt.
That was superb running by him as a former back for yourself, right? I mean, he did everything right there.
Listen, you just have that vision, right? And you watch it and you know where your blockers are going to go. Great job up front. Finished off by great running by the back. That's how you finish off a drive.
North Carolina now on top, storming down the field and capped by the Jordan Brown touchdown run. First of the season for the junior, and it's the Tar Heels now leading in Greenville. This is Colby Gore on the return. He fumbles the football and he's back on top of it, it looks like, for ECU. Surviving a huge scare there, and they're going to have it at their own 13-yard line for the Pirates here. Here is now Anthony Scott breaking free for the Pirates. Across the 40-yard line. 1st down, ECU, strong run. That's 26 yards.
Yeah, an important series, I think, for ECU offensively to answer, get something going. That's a great way to start. Great blocking up front. Their big back, Anthony Scott, out of Virginia Beach. Good running and a nice gain on 1st down to get them going.
Randy, you said it. This is an important series. They punted their last 2 drives after their opening drive went 84 yards for a touchdown. And it's back to Scott. This time he's held up after just a yard. this matchup and this series between UNC and ECU. Go back to the last meeting, 2014, right here in Greenville. It was record attendance, 51,082. Watch this game. This is huge. This is important for the Pirates. They love playing this game. They want to win this game bad.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it all week, that the fans are a little restless. You know, they're used to this program winning, and you know, they want to see them win, no doubt.
Second down and 9. Herring's pass and incomplete. A lot of traffic down there off the hands of, we wanted Trayvon Brown.
Yeah,
so KJ Sales covering.
Sales is on there, and again, this officiating crew, they're letting them hand jockey a little bit, and they're letting them play.
Let's look at the all-time series between these two schools. Less than a 2-hour drive from Raleigh here to Greenville.
Yeah, and you see the renovations that are underway. I mean, this press box is going to be unbelievable. But yeah, you know, ECU calls it a rivalry. North Carolina fans, not so much. They treat them like the little brother.
Oh, excuse me, Chapel Hill, obviously for UNC. Here's a pass now. It's caught. Taj Deans, first down. Nice catch. ECU moves the stick. And down to the UNC 44.
Yeah, I like Deans kind of puts the brakes on, little comeback route. Herring puts it on them, and they get the first down.
First catch of the day, 4th of the season for the sophomore Taj Deans, 15-yard pickup. And that was good for ECU. They were 0 for 2 on 3rd down prior to that play. That's Penix on the ground now for a few, just inside the 25-yard line. Now Herring will come back in. Some wholesale changes as well, along with Scott and the wideout Blake Prohl returning to the lineup. It's now the longest drive of the day for ECU. This is the 9th play coming here from inside the UNC 25-yard line.
We talked about last week 42 run plays called that were changed to passes because North Carolina A&T overloaded the box. Carolina's playing straight up, so that's why these run plays are going.
Herring hoists it up, and it's incomplete. And he was looking for DeAndre Ferrier, wanted the flag, no call. Trey Morrison was on coverage there, Randy.
Well, and Tamon Fox, number 12, the defensive end for North Carolina, got in the face of the quarterback to make him throw it early, and just blanket coverage right there by UNC. And number 27, Trey Morrison, oh, by the way, he's a true freshman. You know, the crowd's not happy, but I don't think he interfered. I think it was a good no call.
I agree. No problem at all. It was perfect timing right there. And he's a guy that played 90% of the game last week for UNC, and they liked what he did. 3rd down, ECU. Herring has got Ferrier down the flat. He's able to pick up the first down. It's down to the 13-yard line. And so Holton Ahlers is back in at quarterback for ECU, and they go now to Darius Penix. And this is new life here for the Pirates, who, instead of having to settle for a long field goal, they get a chance for 6.
It's a discipline issue. You have to be disciplined. You know, there's more to discipline than just staying on sides, jumping off sides. Yeah, that's discipline, but boy, right there, big time game discipline. You just can't do that if you're Tyler Powell.
Let's see if ECU can make him pay with a touchdown. Second down and 8. Herring up top to the end zone, and it's incomplete for Ferrier, covered by Bryson Richardson that time. Another true freshman there at the corner position.
Yeah, you know, Herring had to throw that, you know, a count early, and it's because of the defensive end, 33, Alan Cater for North Carolina. He is beating Matt Morgan, who's been inserted in this game because of the injury from Deontay Smith. So he's got a handful coming off that right side if you read Herring looking right at it.
It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Herring guns it. Oh, what a catch. It's made by Darius Penix, and he's just shy of the touchdown, but caught it at the 1. What a grab, reaching back by the sophomore.
That's a great catch. Once again, it's a wheel route. We saw it earlier by Anthony Scott. This time it's by the big back, Penix. You see his athleticism as he turns around. One-handed catch, makes the catch, gets the first down, 1st and goal, ECU.
On the doorstep, Ehlers, the quarterback. He's in. Touchdown. Pirates.
Huge penalty. We talked about it by North Carolina. ECU does exactly what you're supposed to do. Make them pay. Ehlers goes over the top for the score.
How about a block from Penix as he went low and Ehlers went high?
Well, we talk about old time, too. You don't see too many people go over the top, let alone a quarterback, a freshman quarterback in Holton Ehlers. Good
Extra
stuff.
point, and the Pirates are back in front, 14-13. And the home team back in front here in Greenville, North Carolina. Some of the top picks of the last couple of years in the NFL draft. Mitch Trubisky, and of course, the quarterback for the Bears. Second overall pick in 2017. MJ Stewart, third-round pick last year to Tampa Bay. And Zay Jones back in 2016 for ECU, a second-round pick of the Bills.
Both these programs have sent some really good players on the NFL and doing some good work up there.
Anthony Ratliff Williams on the return for UNC. And knocked down at the 28-yard line. Pass thrown, caught by Thomas Jackson. Good strike there from Nathan Elliott. And it's going to be good for the first down to the 40.
Yeah, and you like that throw by the left-hander on time, in rhythm, to his receiver, Thomas Jackson. Nice strike there.
Tar Heels moving quickly, and his pass is dropped and almost intercepted. Jackson muffed it there for a moment, and Marcus Holton Jr. almost picked it off for ECU.
And this is simple. If you're Thomas Jackson, you start running before you secure it. You got to make the catch first. Get what you can and then get upfield. And another thing, too, is you can't let that ball get to your body, Mike. You got to get those hands out there. Get that diamond shape. Get those fingers and thumbs together. Catch that ball with your hands, then bring it in. Gets to your chest and your shoulder pads, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it goes off the pads, and they go right back to him again. And this time he makes the catch, but then fumbles it out of bounds. So it's 3 straight to Thomas Jackson, the senior wideout, fifth-year senior.
But I love the confidence in him, right?
Yeah.
Keep going to him. Had the ball in the proper hand, so when it was knocked out, the big hit by ECU went out of bounds.
Yeah, so Holton comes off, and now it's a 3rd down and 8 for UNC. Big play here late in this first half as Elliott goes over the middle. The pass is caught. He's got Anthony Ratliff Williams making moves again. Still on his feet, down at the 26. Now, this guy's got some moves.
I just like, 6'1", 205. He's got a big, wide body. Goes up, makes the catch. Elliott puts it on him, but then the runs after the catch, Mike, today. He's had a couple great ones. He just doesn't go down. Gets that head on a swivel. Yards after the catch. He's a good one, is Ratliff Williams. Give credit to that offensive line of North Carolina, really controlling the line of scrimmage in this first half.
Passes behind the intended receiver, Daz Newsome. That'll be 2nd down and 10.
I was just going to say, that's one right there, Nathan Elliott. He kind of short arms it. Yeah. You got to step into that thing, throw it, lead that receiver, and you got an easy completion.
You're watching ECU and UNC, week 2 of college football here from Greenville, North Carolina. Mike Corey, Rini and Golia. 2nd down and 10 for UNC, and it's Brown swarmed under for a loss. Alex Turner was in there, among others, for ECU, and it's going to be 3rd and long. Tar Heels upcoming.
Yeah, Alex Turner, the big junior from Houston, Texas. You like how he sheds a block there, gets upfield, meets the back in the backfield for the TFL tackle for the loss.
First tackle for loss for ECU today, and now the crowd rising to their feet. Javonte Williams is in at running back. True freshman for the Tar Heels. They dump it off to him on the screen, and the Pirates are all over it. It's a loss of 3, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Bruce Bivens, 38, the middle linebacker. He's a first-year starter. Played pretty good last week. They need him to play well. This is what I say. Read it, recognize it, and react. Left side of your screen. He's going to shed the block, come up and make the tackle. That's how you defend a screen. Nice job, Bruce Bivens.
And a really nice job by the ECU defense overall, Reedy, with a couple players down. Marcus Holton Jr., Colby Gore, in their secondary, and now it's a long field goal attempt. This is going to be a 49-yard attempt here on the way. Freeman Jones, and he's got the leg, and he's got it. What a kick. From 32, 44, and now 49 for Freeman Jones for UNC.
Hey, that's a weapon. How good is Freeman Jones look today? That one was from 49. Probably would have been good from about 54.
Yeah, more than that. 59. Jeez.
Yeah, you're right. 3 for 3. Looking good today.
Really good game here today. Not that we thought coming in. It was kind of back and forth.
Yeah, but I thought both teams, listen, both lost tough games last weekend. Both fan bases are restless, and both teams really want this win today.
Running the ball out. And ECU stop before the 14. Reed Herring with Scott still in the backfield. And he airs it out. Oh, the catch is made. What a grab. Taj Deeds. Count it for ECU into North Carolina territory.
C.J. Cotman for North Carolina had excellent coverage. This throw by Reed Herring is perfect. You can't run the ball down there and hand it to your receiver, Taj Deans, any better. Exactly where the ball needs to be put. Reed Herring dropped it in the bucket.
That's a 39-yard grab, but a first down for the Pirates. Herring over the middle. Catch is made by DeAndre Ferrier. Another first down grab.
And I just like how Reed Herring sitting in the pocket. You just kind of see his head. He scans the field. He's going through his progressions, finding the open receiver.
What a totally different ECU team here today than that game we watched last week. No doubt about that. 1st and 10. Another shot sideline and incomplete. And crowd looking for a flag. Brown the intended target as KJ Sales was on coverage for the Tar Heels.
Well, and you see the Tar Heels, I tell you what, they're man on the outside, really kind of like a cover one. They're man across with a free safety high in the middle, but they are challenging these ECU receivers, saying we're good enough at corner to cover you one-on-one. These are great matchups today.
I mean, some of these defensive backs for UNC, we got a couple of true freshmen out there. You know, I know they had some players out with injury and suspensions that we'll get to, but they've held their own a little bit back there. Herring again, same deal, same situation, trying to go back to Brown, and KJ Sales there again.
And listen, KJ Sales, you don't have to turn around. You know, that's a bugaboo of mine.
Right.
Everyone says face guarding, face guarding. You do not have to turn around and play the ball if you do not interfere with the receiver. You're fine. That's good blanket coverage. Now, you would like to turn around and make a play on the ball, but that's good coverage. That time, UNC went cover two safeties trying to disguise it, change it up, but still zero, still man-to-man across with all those wide receivers.
It's 3rd down here. ECU has converted the last 4 3rd down attempts here after starting 0 for 2. 3rd and 10, Herring, and he's got Blake Prohl, and they've got the first down.
And Blake Prohl gets those wide receiver smarts from his dad, Ricky. He ran that route right at the yard to gain for the first down. Herring puts it on him. He gets tackled, but they move the chains.
First down now. They want Brown over there. Does he have it? It's a fight for it. Brown's got it. Touchdown, Trayvon Brown. Somehow for ECU.
Live and die with man-to-man coverage. UNC staying in it. I believe that was the safety, Miles Woolfolk that time. Excuse me, 28, C.J. Cotman. And you see the big receiver, Trayvon Brown, that big 6'2" frame goes up. Little bobble, great concentration. Wrestled away from the DB. And that's 6.
Ratliff Williams, he's a yard deep in the end zone. Here he comes. And to the 23-yard line is where UNC will take over, now down by 5. Late in the half here, 2nd and 10. That one down the sideline. Oh, the catch is made. It's Rontavious Groves in stride. Another solid grab. We've seen one for each team now.
Yeah, now, I just went after him for a little short arm. This is a perfect throw by Nathan Elliott in stride. To me, it looks like he had a foot in, and Carolina's going to go quick. Don't let replay get a shot at this. You want to snap it, but that ball was perfectly thrown by Nathan Elliott.
Looked like when he had control, that left foot did get in bounds, and now a better throw out here to Ratliff Williams. He's got the first down as he just, again, stiff arms tacklers. Let's see if they mark him short here. Hold on.
No.
Yep, a yard shot.
And let me tell the folks at home, Ratliff Williams had his hand on the face mask of the defender. That is legal. You can do that. You can stiff arm the face mask. You just can't grab it.
Right.
So people yelling at home, face mask, that's not. That's a legal play.
Yeah, good point, though. You can be called for it as an offensive guy, but you're right, didn't pull it down, didn't grab it. And he does that. He's used that stiff arm today to his advantage. A lot of yards after the catch. As Elliott, and it's overthrown this time on a 2nd down and 1. And he'll take that shot on a 2nd and 1 like that.
Yeah, thought there might have been a little grabbing, but I got a second look at it. No, good no call by the officials, letting them play.
Now let's think here. North Carolina, 2 timeouts, 3rd and 1. Clock stop, 48 seconds.
And the playbook's open to you here. You can run a little slip draw underneath to your running back, Jordan Brown. That's what I'd like to see him do.
And they do it. You called it. 1st down. And to the 40-yard line. Clock stops 43 seconds to move the chain.
Plenty of time to run a 2-minute offense. Great. Got 2 timeouts, as you said, Mike.
Elliott with time, guns it, it's caught, and right at the stick, the 30-yard line. And making the reception that time was De'Ami Brown.
And you want to use the timeout here if you're Larry Fedora, and he does, Mike.
Result of the play is a 1st down. Timeout. North Carolina. Their 2nd timeout of the half. 32nd timeout.
Jonathan Troll, who is the starting center today, in for J.J. McCargo, who's not able to go. So that's a change in the lineup, and they have not missed a beat. Elliott, and is going to throw it away. Oh, the flag comes out. Late flag here.
Now I'm wondering if he crossed the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the headline judge here says.
There's no foul for an eligible receiver downfield. The quarterback legally grounded the ball out of bounds. 2nd down.
Yes, they were looking at the offensive lineman getting downfield, but I love when officials talk like that and get the play correct.
This has been a really good job by this crew here today, and good communication with the replay booth. Our friends Buddy Ward and Kevin Collins do a nice job as well. Dwayne Heights, our referee. Remember, UNC's kickers hit 3 for 3 for field goals today. They've got a weapon there. Elliott's pass is caught. He's got Daz Newsome, and they need a timeout here. It's at the 25-yard line, 5 yards shy of the 1st. Clock is still running. I think they're going to wind it down and then try the field goal. You would think.
Well, I mean, a little miscommunication on the sideline.
North Carolina, their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
A little nonchalant there, but
they
get the timeout and set your kicker up, who's been splendid today, 3 for 3. See if he can get you another one.
UNC has scored on the last 3 drives, trying to make it the last 4 in a row here. This will be an attempt of 42 yards for Freeman Jones. He's got the leg, we know that. Man, this guy's unbelievable. Count it. From 42, and he has accounted for 12 points of this game. Look at 13 with the extra point, and it's a 2-point ball game.
But if you're David Blackwell, right, for ECU, you're pretty happy. He just gave up 4 field goals in that first half and 1 touchdown.
21-19, ECU here at the half. Back at Greenville, North Carolina for college football here in week 2. It's 21-19, ECU leading UNC here at the half. Welcome back, everyone. Good to have you with us, Mike and Rainey. And so far, so good. Pretty good game here, what we've seen. And both teams trying to do what they weren't able to do in week 1. That's run the football, be a little bit more balanced.
Both teams look a lot better than week 1. That big improvement from 1 to 2. We're seeing it out there today.
3 touchdowns to the first half for ECU. Here are your first half numbers. And pretty good. I mean, North Carolina over 300 total yards so far in the first half as well.
Yeah, the numbers look great. The problem for North Carolina is, Mike, they settled for 3 field goals. They need touchdowns when they get down there. Give that ECU defense credit.
Anthony Scott on the return for ECU to start the second half, and he'll get up to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Pirates will begin. How about our quarterback comparison today? Reed Herring is the quarterback for ECU. Nathan Elliott for UNC.
Well, I mean, the huge thing for Elliott, the 0 on the interceptions, none. 15 for 27, pretty good, 170 yards. And then Herring, 12 of 19, 193, no interceptions as well, and the touchdown. Both quarterbacks night and day from week 1.
No doubt. All 3 of ECU's drives for touchdowns this game have been over 80 yards, 86 to be exact for the last 2 scoring drives for touchdowns. Second half here with Anthony Scott to start. Nothing happening on first down. Senior running back who was out last year, was ineligible, did not play. He was the team's second leading rusher back in 2016, so they're excited for his services here in the 18 campaign.
And he fought really hard to get back. I mean, as you said, ineligible for a year. That's tough being out. He stayed with his team, he got support, and he's back playing well.
5 wide on second down, empty backfield. Herring, and maybe a little miscommunication there. Well overthrown. Terrell Green was the intended target.
Yeah, Green went inside, kind of a skinny post. I think Herring thought he was going to break it outside to a corner. Good protection up front. Herring had time, but it falls incomplete.
Third down and 10 here. First series of the second half.
Yeah, and John Papuch's defense has been aggressive, trying to get after really that defensive front, those defensive linemen. He's been rotating them for North Carolina, and they're all very active, big, and athletic up front.
And that's where their strength is up front. Herring, Brown, excellent footwork. He stays in bounds and makes the catch, and it's a first down to the 42.
Well, KJ Sales can say incomplete all he wants. This is a great back shoulder pass. This is one of those plays it's almost impossible to defend if the quarterback throws it back. Great footwork by Trayvon Brown. Great concentration. Survives the ground. How many times have we heard that, Mike? That's a nice completion.
ECU on offense as Herring's pass is complete, but for a 4-yard pickup to DeAndre Ferrier. Remember, they threw 65 passes last week in week 1.
Yeah, but again, you know, I said it earlier, we talked to Tony Peterson about it. He said it's misleading because 42 of those were called runs where the box got overloaded by the defense of North Carolina A&T, so Reed Herring had to check out of them to pass plays. He just wasn't completing them. Tony Peterson told us when he checks out of them, he's got to complete 80% of those balls. He just didn't do that last week. Looks tremendous today compared to last week.
Second down and 6 for Anthony Scott. It'll be third down and short now for ECU. They failed to convert last time around this area. We'll see if they can do it here this time. How about Saturday Night Football? Can't wait for that. Penn State and Pittsburgh.
Who you got, partner?
I'm going to say Penn State gets this done.
Yeah, I think Pitt keeps it close. I'm a big Pat Narduzzi fan. We go way back, Yankee Conference days, old school. That's a good rivalry. Wish they kept playing it every year.
Here's Darius Penix right up the middle for ECU. Not going to be touched. Count it. 48 yards for the Pirates. Touchdown.
We talked about the running game of UNC. How about ECU? Great blocking up front by this offensive line. Give it to Penix, your big back. I mean, that's a 225-pound back is Darius Penix, the sophomore. Gets into the second level and puts some speed behind that big body. Big score for ECU.
Nothing really to dust off there, actually. He wasn't even touched. And ECU extending the advantage of flat.
And you know me, Mike, I love great play up front. Give it to the big back, Darius Penix. Blocking up front, untouched on his way to the end zone. ECU leads it 28-19.
ECU playing well here today. Already 28 on the board early in this third quarter, and they lead it by 9 over North Carolina as we welcome you back to college football and our all-state Saturday kickoff.
Yeah, ECU getting that running game going. I've been impressed with Reed Herring and his receivers, Trayvon Brown. But boy, you get the running game going with this offense a little bit too, and it's like yesteryear. It's like 2014 maybe.
Touchback for the Tar Heels. Here's a pass as the quarterback gets hit as he throws, and the catch is made. Anthony Ratliff-Williams, and a flag is down back where Nathan Elliott got crushed. The quarterback for UNC might be tacking on some more here.
Personal foul. Number 20, defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
It was Nolan Johnson, true freshman, that came in there for ECU.
Yeah, and they'll add 15 on top of the big catch by Anthony Ratliff-Williams. And I'm impressed with Ratliff-Williams. Like, he's 6'1", but he plays like he's 6'5". He goes up, he boxes out as we take a look at the late hit. And, you know, and usually it's the referee that throws that flag. It was the center judge that threw it, and it was the correct call.
It was, and Johnson's actually was banged up on the play. He was a little slow to get up, so what a catch, though, by Ratliff-Williams. Javonte Williams is the back now, and he gets the toss, and here he goes. And Javonte Williams, who is the number 3 back for UNC, the true freshman from Wallace, North Carolina. They've raved about his ability, especially his pass protection skills, too.
I like the play call. You're on the near hash, but you go quick pitch to the short side because ECU plays so wide with their defensive ends. Nate Harvey, 40, he came down. You get outside with that quick pitch, and you got a nice pickup on first down.
Elliott, and overthrows it for Jake Vargas, the tight end.
And that's his bugaboo, right? Where some balls sail on him. Again, you scan the field, you went to the right receiver. You just got to turn those hips with it and put it on him. Get an easy first down. Now you're stuck with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 from the 30-yard line. Elliott at quarterback today, 17 of 31 for 196 yards. You know they got a great field goal kicker, but I want to keep this drive going. Brown, Jordan Brown, first down for UNC.
Yeah, really nice cut there by Jordan Brown. I like that little underneath handoff. Then he squares those shoulders, cuts back door, gets north and south, lowers the shoulders and picks up the first down. That's an attitude play. That's how you keep drives alive.
Elliott fakes the give, and on the pass, it's caught by Tucker. Carl Tucker, the tight end. Not much happening, though. I was going to say they haven't gone to the tight ends too much, and then they try to get them involved now. Vargas and Tucker, they're 2 tight ends back to back.
And again, Nathan Elliott, get it to him so he can turn and pick up a couple. A little high, had to make the one-handed catch. Gets the completion, but it's for no yards.
Second down, bad snap, and Elliott has to go cover it up, but back close to the 40-yard line. Not what they wanted there, and I saw some members of the coaching staff kind of like running down the sideline. I don't know if they had the right call.
Yeah, they look a little discombobulated. That's the first time Jonathan Troll, 70, the center, just doesn't get it back there good. Nice job by Elliott to get that back on there and jump on it. But boy, big loss, and now you're 3rd and forever here. And out of field goal range, by the way. As good as Freeman Jones has been, I think they're out of his range now.
20 yards to pick up the first. Into traffic, and it's incomplete. It was dangerous there, where that pass intended there for Thomas Jackson.
Well, and Jackson became a defender there. If he doesn't knock that ball down, it's picked off. So nice job by 48 Thomas Jackson to go up and knock it away, because this was an easy interception for the free safety back there, number 3, Devondre Robinson.
Randy, I don't know if I understand that play call there. I mean, you get something because your kicker is 4 for 4. I mean, he's connected from 49 yards. You don't have to do that.
And it's not necessarily the play call. Nathan Elliott had an underneath guy. I think he could have dumped it and picked up 8 or 9 yards to give your kicker, Jones, a chance.
Instead of potentially making it a 1-possession ball game, it's still a 2-possession ball game and a 9-point lead. And they do pin him down there at the 11-yard line from Hunter Wentz. And now it's Anthony Scott. Nice tackle. And Miles Woolfolk. Now here's a look at some of these great receivers for ECU. There's Harris. Back in 2010, Jones and Hardy. How great were they, too?
Really good. I mean, those are 3 good receivers. And listen, they're in the NFL doing work. Exactly what you would think. good. And that's what these ECU fans miss, Mike, right? They miss that vertical pass game with those guys.
Well, it's coming. They try to go to this guy, Brown, and he has it, yes, at the 39-yard line.
I mean, you gotta love it. You're talking vertical pass game, right? You're talking about some old receivers, and they go vertical right away to their big guy. Trayvon Brown, he goes up and makes the catch. That's what these fans love. That's what they miss. And he's a big-time receiver. And we saw that list of 3. Mike, mark my words, Trayvon Brown will be on that list. You're going to see 4 receivers in the NFL. Just an excellent job by the big receiver.
Took the words out of my mouth. We've seen enough of his play here today, right? He's the next draft pick for sure. 35-yard pickup as they go back to the ground. And not too much there for Scott. So Brown now with 4 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. And he's got the size too, 6'2", 215, talking about 88 there.
It's crazy. I mean, it feels like he's caught 10 balls today.
Yes.
But those 4 have been so impactful, you know. So he's definitely the #1 target.
Bottom of your screen right now. He's coming across the middle, but the pass goes to the top, and it's caught by Ferrier. Makes a bad miss. DeAndre Ferrier to the 41 of North Carolina. First down. Move the chain. Pirates in business.
And nice job by Ferrier. Miles Woolfolk comes up to make that tackle. Boy, you missed that tackle. Ferrier's in space. He turns it up for a nice gain.
ECU is 8 for their last 10 on 3rd down. Play fake here. Herring. A shot to the end zone. Deeds. Oh, almost. That would have been close.
And he had it, Mike. I mean, I think he was just concentrating on those feet. Taj Deans just couldn't come up with it, but this is a great throw by Reed Herring. Just watch how close this is. It would have been good. I mean, you got to concentrate. That's a ball he needs to catch. If you ask him, he needs to catch that for 6. And those are the plays that ECU is accustomed to making in the wide receiver game. You just got to make them. It's a good throw by Reed Herring.
2nd down and 10. Penix in the backfield now. He's got it. Darius Penix. Tackled down by Dominique Ross. It's a gain of 7, though.
And this is, you know, I like the pace they're going, but if I'm ECU, let the clock run out, get to the 4th quarter, you got momentum, and then, as you talked about, finish the drive off with a touchdown, get out in front of this Carolina Tar Heel team, and that's exactly what Scotty Montgomery will do.
Crowd making some noise here today. Week 1, there wasn't much to cheer about. Week 2, there is. 28-19, the Pirates take a 9-point lead into the 4th quarter. When we come back, Herring has been special at quarterback. The running backs have been making plays. Trayvon Brown at receiver. His team looks different. Can they pull off the upset? We'll find out. Can ECU pull off the upset today? We're about to find out. They're ready for the 4th here, Rainey.
Yeah, this crowd's going nuts. Pulled up the pirate flag up the student section.
And that's what they fly here in the 4th. This is no quarter, and we'll see if they can hold off the Tar Heels today. They're looking for their 7th win in the last 8 games versus the state of North Carolina. Herring dumps it off. It's caught by Howell. Howell's got it. First down. Oh, what nice footwork. To the 16.
And how great is it to see Deontay Smith, 67, the big left tackle in there. He's leading the way for Howe out in front after Howe makes that catch, throws a nice block. Howe cuts off it, and they pick up that first down. They're actually going to call him short, Mike.
Oh, they said he stepped out.
And he did. It's a good call. He stepped out just short. So a huge 4th down. I think Scotty Montgomery's going to go for it here.
Ehlers. He has it, and he's going to have the touchdown.
Ask for a high end zone look for that. I love the patience of Holton Ehlers there, Mike. He steps up in the hole. The linebacker, 36, Cole Holcomb, comes up. He just slides it ever so slightly to the left, finds the hole, and hits it in for the touchdown. Great job by the young freshman.
Pirate Nation is jumping here as Verity's extra point is good. And ECU has extended the advantage 35-19. Unbelievable. Pirates well in command early in the fourth. Back to Greenville in a moment. Vitamin Health here in Greenville, an amazing children's hospital there. Reedy and I got a chance to go visit yesterday morning, get a tour, and work with some of the kids. And ECU senior offensive lineman Garrett McGinn there as well, as the Pirates make weekly visits to the hospital, spend some time with the kids. They do a great job over there.
Unbelievable hospital, Vitamin Health. I mean, the facility and just the interactiveness for the kids. I mean, it's unbelievable. Underwater
feeding there throughout. There's games. There's a play area. They really make it feel like you're not in a hospital. UNC down by 16 points here. Tar Heels mishandling the snap. It's Jordan Brown that's got to get on it to cover it up, and all is going wrong here now in this second half. What's happened to them?
How about this stat, Mike? ECU now 160 points in the last 3 games against UNC. Talk about having a number. Yeah, just again, we saw the low snap from Troll earlier, and it's the exact same snap, low and away down the left side, and that's killer.
Third fumble today for UNC. Second and 19 pass is caught by Jake Vargas, the tight end. And that's a strong run after the catch. Finally brought down there by Cannon Gibbs, just shy of the first down. They needed that.
And that's a good call on second and 10. Underneath to the tight end, get it to him in stride, let him turn up, and he almost picks up the first down. Back to a manageable third down here.
Minute and a half gone by, fourth quarter. The Tar Heels have work to do. Oh, it tripped up. Brownie's not going to have it. Man, that's a killer for them. And I don't know, do you think about going for it here?
Yeah, I think he thinks about it, but that play was blown up by Nate Harvey, number 40. He came down off that defensive end spot, was able to trip up the running back, and I think Larry Fedora is going to go for it here.
This could be do or die here early in the fourth, 2 minutes in. 16-point game, still a 2-possession game. They are going for it. It's Brown stretching outside. No, he doesn't have it. ECU takes over. They make the stop.
And that's the defense these ECU fans have been waiting for. David Blackwell, first-year defensive coordinator, is going to be happy. Number 13, Devondre Robinson, comes up from the free safety spot, undercuts the back. Jordan Brown, he cannot make the line to gain, and it's a turnover on downs. And again, Nate Harvey, the defensive end, working his tail off today. Great defensive stand by that ECU Pirates defense.
You call it, those two, and that combination. It's the first drive now today for ECU, starting in UNC territory, and they can really tack it on here now. From the 34, it's Scott, and he is stonewalled right at the line of scrimmage. A crowd of defenders there that time. Jeremiah Clark, Jalen Dalton, and Alan Cater, everybody there.
And, you know, it's like a boxing match, right? When you got some jabs in there and your opponent's kind of woozy. ECU has UNC on the ropes. This is where they got to take it down and get a score. You can't give a team any life, especially when you get a sudden change like that. Great job by defense. Now it's the offense's turn.
Total yards in the second half. Look at that, 182 to less than 40 for UNC. This pass is overthrown, and getting a hand on it though was Brown. Well, he has made some amazing catches though today.
Yeah, I mean, Herring just had to throw that quicker than he wanted to. Good penetration up front by UNC to cause that incompletion.
Third down and 10 now for ECU. Pro in motion. Herring's pass caught by Scott. Going to be tackled shy of the first down. They are in field goal range, you would think, here on a 4th down. Now, Jake Verity, who was 3 for 3 last week with a long of 35. You're going to send him out.
Yeah, and there was no hesitation from Scotty Montgomery. He immediately turned and said kicking team, so they're going to go for 3 here.
This can make it a 3-possession ball game, and I don't know if UNC is going to have enough to fight back from that if he can convert this. A 44-yard attempt. First field goal try today. Verity. Distance is there, and so is the kick. Just snuck it in. And ECU now doubling up the Tar Heels. What a shocker here today in Greenville. We'll be right back. Another touchback here for UNC. First down from the 25 for the Tar Heels. Elliott deep down the middle, and it's broken up in the last second as it picks off. It's like it hit the turf.
Yeah, it did, Mike. I had a good look at it.
Yes, incomplete. Intended there for Daz Newsome and almost Devondre Robinson.
But, I mean, how about tale of 2 halves, Mike? In the first half, North Carolina had 41 plays for 317 yards. Second half, only 16 plays for 38 yards.
They have been completely held in check. So it's 2nd down and 10. And they go right back over to it. Roscoe Johnson, he makes the catch, and extra effort gets him a yard shy of the first down. I mean, UNC's got to move here.
Yeah, you got to have a sense of urgency, and they're getting up there. But you're right, 11 minutes left in this game. Down by a few scores, you got to get going.
Third and short. Ratliff Williams, and he was blanketed there. Corey Sargent broke it up for ECU. It'll be 4th down and 1.
Yeah, Corey Sargent jumped that route. Came up and knocked it away. Now, I mean, ECU's going one-on-one. If I'm North Carolina, I go back with a little pump and go. Pump that little stop route to Ratliff Williams and let him get down the sideline if you're one-on-one coverage with no safety help. We'll see. 4th down again, though. I don't think you're going to run that play here, but you never know. See if they can convert it here, keep themselves in this game.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Brown gets the carry, and this is going to be close. I don't know. I think the same result.
He was stopped, Mike. 51, Aaron Ramsor came up to make that play. We'll see.
The ball carrying short of the line of scrimmage. First down.
Yeah, the line to gain was the 35-yard line. The referee set it up line to line, so the nose of the football had to touch the 35. If it did, it was a first down. From here, I thought he was clearly short. Great job, 51, Aaron Ramsor. And just a penetration from that ECU defensive front. And, you know, you got a little hog pile in there. There's nothing there that's going to change this call. It's a great job by ECU.
And the reaction from the sideline as well for ECU. Fired up here today.
0 points for North Carolina, their last 5 possessions.
Howe's going to be held up. I mean, they've really changed up the backs well. They've thrown in the true freshman quarterback to change things up, Holton Ehlers. Taking some shots down the field. Brown's made some incredible catches. Their defense has really played strong today.
No, they have. I mean, it's almost like a different team. And impressed with Reed Herring. He's got a strong arm, can drive it downfield, does a good job spreading it around. And, of course, he knows where his #1 target is, Trayvon Brown.
Managing the time well here, Randy, like you said. I know you don't like to see them snap.
It drives me nuts. You know that.
I mean, why?
Yeah.
Wait till that play clock goes all the way down. Snap it with 4 that time. Scott. And he stopped just before the 20-yard line. I mean, North Carolina, they've used up their timeouts earlier, too. They've only got 1 left midway through the 4th.
Yeah, the odds are against North Carolina in this one. And ECU's not making it any easier. They're letting that clock run.
I mean, Nathan Elliott at quarterback for them had that tough first week with the 4 picks. And come back today. They looked really good early. Let's not forget they lost their running back there. Antonio Williams was ejected for targeting. That didn't help the cause earlier in this game. Scott breaking free again. First down, ECU, first and goal coming up inside the 10.
Yeah, and this is where the offensive line of ECU is just going downhill. You know, hands forward, going, run all the way. North Carolina kind of has to come up. They got to try to make something happen, and then you pop your running back through to convert. And I mean, he's just tackled by the jersey, or he would have taken that one to the house. But nonetheless, it's first and goal for the Pirates.
Holton Ahlers back in at quarterback now. He's got 2 touchdown runs today. He's trying to make it 3. He's brought down after just a yard. He's got the 1-yard touchdown run over the top, got the 21-yard touchdown
And I
run.
like the change of pace with this offense when Ahlers comes in. Obviously, he's athletic. He can move the ball, run it with his feet. And, of course, you know, we know Reed Herring's a guy that's got the big arm, throw it downfield. But it's a little nice 1-2 punch for this offense.
And it was interesting because they said that Kingsley Affetti, who was number 2, who was a redshirt freshman from Charlotte, they had him listed as the backup quarterback and said he was way ahead of Ahlers from the preseason. Well, apparently not the case. Second and goal. Ahlers tosses it up. It's incomplete. It was Brown who wanted him.
And they thought maybe they could roll Ahlers out, throw one, get it to the big receiver Trayvon Brown, but good defense by the secondary there of North Carolina.
Brown's inching his way up into the top 10 in all the categories: catches, receiving yards, touchdowns. Ahlers back out. Herring is back in. Third and goal. Brown's at the top of the screen. Herring. And it's incomplete. Ferrier didn't get to the spot, but thrown out of bounds anyhow, and it's 4th down, so a field goal to try to tack on 3 more.
And more importantly, took a few minutes off the clock as well. And would have loved to punch that in for 6, but they will take the 3 if they can get it from Verdi.
It's got to feel great for Scotty Montgomery. Talked to his staff with Tony Peterson, the offensive coordinator, David Blackwell, the defensive coordinator. This field goal by Verdi is through. And they got a 41-19 game. They said they love, working for Coach Mo.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. It's a family atmosphere here at ECU. They've struggled, but this group has really pulled it together really in less than a week after a bad loss in week 1.
And talking to Scotty Montgomery yesterday, I mean, he liked what he saw on film. It was like those 6 critical plays we talked about that gave up the 28 points, but he was very confident coming into this game. When we talked to him yesterday, he was confident they could play well and Reed Herring was going to play better and they would win this game. And boy, they've come out and done it.
Anthony Ratliff-Williams cut down before the 25 on the return.
But you got to regroup. Larry Fedora's in his 7th season. He's had success at North Carolina, and just last year not so much, and then this year not off to a good start.
Fortin's pass caught by Antoine Green.
But there's a lot of football left, right? If you're North Carolina, if you can go home, regroup, and knock off a UCF, a nationally ranked team, then you're in the position you're feeling like ECU does today, right? So football's about life, right? You get knocked down, you got to get up, and you got to get back to work.
Now, if we thought week 2 was really important for them, week 3 is going to even be more imperative for the Tar Heels. Pass caught by De'Ami Brown.
Pass complete to number 21, De'Ami Brown.
I like the arm from Kate Fortin, the true freshman. Getting them some reps, letting them sling it out there. Every rep counts when you're a young quarterback.
Dumps it off Javonte Williams. Knocked out of bounds. There's 21 ticks left.
After you're that ECU defense, you're just doing everything you can to make the tackle, keep them in bounds. Don't let them get out of bounds. But the backs, Williams able to fight, get out of bounds, and stop that clock.
.410 shot down the sideline and overthrows the intended receiver, which was Brown again.
And that's almost a defensive coordinator's nightmare because you're playing so good, you know. You just don't want to give up a late touchdown. It doesn't really mean anything, but boy, it gives a sour taste in your mouth in film session this week. You want to stop them here on 4th down if you're ECU and defensive coordinator David Blackwell.
He's done a phenomenal job here. It's his first season at ECU. You know, coming from Jacksonville, stayed there in Alabama, Fordham, where he was the defensive coordinator. Fortin is going to get the first down inside the 20-yard line, but clock's going to stop for the moment to move the chain, and that's about going to do it here. ECU, rise of the Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium crowd. It's a final. 3rd straight time they've knocked off North Carolina. 41-19 the final.
A complete win. Offense looked really good. Defense played lights out. It's exactly what Scotty Montgomery needed from his unit today.
They shut out the Tar Heels in the second half and win it to improve to 1-1. That's all for us. For Rudy and Goey and Mike Corey, thanks for watching. Wyoming at Missouri is next. Here's Dave Lamont and Anthony Bennett.